right, I'd like to begin by congratulating our team. It was a great weekend, and specifically I'd like to congratulate Terrion Stewart and DJ. I think they were the MAC Players of the Week, and I think our team received some award. But it was a great weekend. Congratulations. I thought they played finally to their capability, and it's all the things that we've been talking about. When this team's focused, when their mind's clear and they're unselfish and they're just doing their jobs, we're a good football team. So we need to continue that, and we will. And excited to get ready versus a super opponent.
Coach, what was this week like leading up to the Georgia Tech game? Like, did you have a sense that you guys were going to go into that game really focused and you were going to have a good game?
There was nothing different between any of our preparation whatsoever. Like, same old, to be honest with you.
With that said, what kind of, I know you've kind of focused on getting the mind right all these years and you've built this program up to this point. What makes you confident this will be different, that you guys will follow a good game with another one? Why?
I just believe that our players were finally older, more mature. They believe that they're good, and they are good. And everything's just right now about us. We just got to make sure that we're right. And that's a challenge in college football right now. It's the same everywhere. That's why you are seeing the ups and downs and arounds in college football. The challenge is to go into games and have your mind right and do all the things that it takes mentally to get ready for a game. And I think our guys are, I know our guys, are ready to do that. And it'll be a big challenge this week because we're playing a really good team.
Is this upcoming game against Miami the most important game BGSU has had during your tenure here, considering trying to obviously follow up a huge win with another victory?
No. I think they're all huge. You only get 12 of them. Every game means something. And so no, it's week to week, game to game, taking one step at a time. And but no, every game is big. You only get so many shots. You work 365 days for those shots. And to answer your question, they're all big.
Do you feel like Michigan kind of prepared you for the big crowd? I mean, 50,000 seems relatively small compared to 110,000. Do you feel like that kind of prepared you guys for a big road crowd?
No, not at all. I didn't think I played at Georgia Tech for a couple times, and there's never a crowd noise problem just because of the number of people. They've got great fans there. They support their team. But, there's nothing like walking into Tennessee, Michigan, next year, Texas A&M, Penn State. Those are just different animals. You can't hear 2 feet in front of you. So crowd noise has never been a problem at Georgia Tech. It just hasn't been, just because of the number of seats in the stands.
You talked about wanting consistency and a really good team effort on all three phases this past Saturday. What are you hoping they take with that win moving forward to get that consistency where you want it?
Yeah, they just need to do what they did last week. I thought we walked in very confident. I thought we walked in very focused. Some swagger, to be quite honest with you, after what happened the week previously. And we need to be able to walk into stadiums, be carefree, just because we knew that we're confident that we put the work in during the week, and then our minds are right walking into the stadium. If we do that, we'll be competitive.
You talk about the minds being right as a players coach. Terry and Stewart talked about that, I think, in the post game as well. You talked too about being a player-led team. Is getting the minds right, is that something you and the coaching staff can do, or does some of that fall on the players?
It's just like I said, that's our job, is to try to get them in that framework of having a really clear head. It's a little bit of coaching. It's a little bit of them. I mean, just like I said, our coaching staff had to worry about, I think, three major newspapers that they were hearing the noise from, and a little bit from your parents and your family. And you didn't have a cell phone, so you couldn't talk to them every day. So there's so much noise that's around these kids, and that's the challenge, is to put all that to the side, which is really, really difficult. Put all of it to the side. Don't worry about social media for 12 hours. Don't worry about what this person's saying, that person's saying, and just focus on your job. And when we do that, we're a good team.
Can you talk about Miami a little bit? There's a great rivalry, as you know, between BG and Miami, and they're having a great year this year.
Yeah, they are. They're a good team. I think Chuck's done a great job. They're a consistent football team, and it's a good matchup, I think. On paper, I think their talent is equivalent to our talent, and it's going to be all about which team takes care of the ball the best. That's what they're living on. They live on playing great defense. They snap the ball extremely late in the snap count. They don't get a ton of plays in, and they really don't beat themselves. So our mindset's got to be we got to go in and do very similar to what we did at Georgia Tech. We got to protect the football, make our plays when they present themselves, understand that Miami's going to win on some plays because they're going to. And it's going to be whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, plain and simple. That's their game. That's their MO. And we've got to do better than – we got to do one more snap better than them. One more snap.
Ben Hogan had a really good game. What have you made of his development?
He's going to be a really good player. We're going to get him, when it's all said and done, to about 240 pounds, and he'll be that hybrid position that we play with that has chances of going on to the next level just because of what we do with him, and we generally attract that type of player here. So Finn's awesome, man. I mean, it's not just his play. He is a great team guy. He does every single thing on and off the field the right way. He's so grateful to be here. Even before his breakout game 2 weeks prior, he's not playing a lot, and he came up, and he's just really grateful for the opportunity, and he likes our culture, he likes our team, he likes our coaches, and he's just grateful. And normally those people are going to be successful, and it proved out on Saturday for sure. And it's not going to be the last time that you're going to see Finn Hogan's name. He's going to be a good player.
How does a win like that boost the confidence heading into MAC play?
I think it's a great win, but I think any win's a great win. It's hard to win these days. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it doesn't matter who you're playing. You always got an opportunity, and any win's a good win. It's a heck of a lot better than losing. Let's just put it that way.
Scott, you talked about the societal forces that make it harder than ever to be a college football player these days. How much of your energy in a given week is just spent thinking about the psychology versus the game plan and the scheme and all the stuff you forever would have?
The longer I've become a head coach, the more. And I love the schematic part of the game. And I love calling plays. I love putting game plans together. But I'm learning slowly but surely to, I don't call plays anymore. I'm involved in game planning. That'll always happen. But that other stuff with the head coaching job in today's world in particular is really, really important. And to answer your question, I think about it as much as I think about how we're going to attack cover 4. And I've made some mistakes with it, no question about it. You always want people to think the same way that you think, and that's not always the case. And yes, to answer your question with time, I understand that more than ever, that all those other things are just as important as beat and bear defense.
I think we get a chance to talk to Connor today, Coach. You're a quarterback coach. What was the difference in his performance, that step that he took against Georgia Tech that maybe he didn't take against OU?
I thought, I thought Connor played equivalent to how he played against Eastern Illinois, except against better competition. I thought he took care of the football, had a really good grasp of the game plan, and he executed really well. I think he was 66% completion percentage, and we don't want to be that organization that's throwing for 400 yards. We don't. We want to be that 250-yard throwing team, 200-yard throwing team, and be able to run the ball the way that we ran it, and then be really good on third down. I mean, we finally, to be quite honest with you, this is probably the first game. I don't know the statistics of the Toledo game, but this is the first game that statistically that's how we want to be. We want to, rush for 150 to 200 yards, and if you take out the penalties, we rush for over 200 yards, throw for 250, 10 of 17 on third down. The defense was 2 of 8 on third down, 44 minutes to whatever it was, time of possession, 16 minutes, or 43 minutes to 17 minutes, something of that nature. Our defense only played 58 snaps. That's how we want to play football. That's team football. That's exceptional team football. I thought that was probably one of our best team games in terms of how we want it to look.
How nice is it moving forward that you're only focused on MAC play from this point on?
Oh, God, thank God. No, I love the MAC play. I think the coaches in this league are exceptional. I think we're all the same. There's a couple teams that have more talent than others, but for the most part, we're all the same. And you're scratching, you're fighting. It reminds me of the NFL in terms of there's just so many people are equal. And each week you got to show up. You got to have a great mindset. You better be prepared. If not, you're going to get your tail kicked in. So it doesn't matter who you're playing. It doesn't matter if you're playing a 1-7 team in the MAC. Hey, you better show up because your talent is just the same. And I think last year, how many games that came down to 3 points or less, or 7 points or less last year? It's an awesome league. It's a fun league. We got good people in the league, good coaches, good players, good kids, and so I like it. I really do. I like MAC play. It's fun.
When you get one of these big wins on the road, is it tough to kind of get guys refocused for the week ahead? Is there any sort of like a win hangover or any sort of thing like that, or is it guys are pretty locked in?
We do the same thing over and over and over. We were done talking about Georgia Tech at 2:20 yesterday, and very few times do I ever go back to a performance. I did last week. I made it quite clear that what we did against OU was unacceptable, but it's on to the next. That's the best way. I mean, and it doesn't matter. Most of the time, even with a loss like we had against OU, you're on to the next. You can't change it. You can't. You can always learn from it. But normally you got to learn from it, that Sunday morning to Sunday afternoon, and then, you got to put in every effort, and all your concentration's got to be into your opponent. If not, you're going to get your tail knocked in. So having a big win, having a big loss, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't. And no one's going to remember the Georgia Tech game here in 5 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. Most people, we got to go play. Go to the next.
Coach, how do you read some of the psychological factors in your players, and are there any different approaches you take as a coach when you recognize?
I'm learning that, yeah, definitely learning. I've learned a lot, and the positive thing is I've been around these guys a ton. I probably should say this off the record, I knew we were going to beat Georgia Tech on Wednesday. I know these guys. I know how they think. I know how they act. I would have never said that publicly, but I knew that we were going to beat Georgia Tech, and I knew it wasn't going to be I knew it wasn't even going to be close, to be quite honest with you. I knew that we would walk in there and we would play our tails off. And so I'm learning them. And just like I said, I've made mistakes with them, but I normally can figure things out with a little bit of air in there too. So I'm starting to figure them out, and it's good. I just been around them. Like, I just know how they act. It's like being around your kids for 5 years. You generally know how they're going to respond. I knew how Darren was going to respond. I just did, you know. I just know our team. So I said it to a few people that are very, very close to me, that we're going to go down there and we're going to win. It's not even going to be close.
Have you ever had that feeling on a Wednesday and been wrong?
Yeah, not too many times though. I generally get one a year. There's Virginia Tech, Ohio State 1 year. I normally get one a year. Minnesota, that was one that I shut the laptop on Friday and go, we'll win the game now. I thought we'd win barely, but thought we'd win the game. So
check with you Wednesday or Thursday to see how we're going to do with Oxford.
yeah, I'm not going to tell you though.
How much of a spark, obviously Camden North returned after missing a game and a half. How much of a spark did he provide, you know, with some effective plays running the ball?
He's got to be in the game. He brings some juice, some energy, a spark to our team, and he's a really, really important part of our football team. He's got some old school leadership where he can get guys around him to rally. And Cam Morth is not our starter right now, but we need him in the game, and one day he's going to be a great starter here. And but he's really, really critical, and he is so unselfish. I mean, not a lot of guys can handle the way that he's handling this. And just like I said, one day he's going to be a great starter here. He's got juice, he's got energy. There's a few things we need to clean up in his game, but there's something about that guy. And it might be 5 snaps, it might be 25 snaps, I don't know. And we get into a game and we get a feel for what's going on, but he is absolutely pivotal to our team, in my opinion.
How tough was it for him to sit out, obviously, the second half of the Michigan game, the Ohio game, considering how well he did play against Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted him in there. I mean, just like I said, he brings a spark. We've got 2 really good quarterbacks right now, and they're unselfish enough to both manage it. Just like I said, there might be a game where the next thing you know, Connor plays 15 snaps and Cam plays 60. You just never know how it's going to go. But we got 2 guys that are very, very good, and they both bring a different dynamic to our team, and they're both unselfish enough and smart enough to feed off of each other, and they just know that whatever it takes to win the game, we're going to do. So I'm impressed with those 2 just from the mindset of what type of team guys they are. I could have never been that way. I wasn't that way. That's why Brian and I, Greasy and I, hated each other. Now we're best buddies, competition. But those 2 are awesome. Much better than I could never have handled it that way. They're awesome.
We talk about skill players all the time, Coach. We're doing it again. Don't you think that game was won and lost in the trenches?
Oh, not even close. Not even in the hemisphere. I thought defensively, our defensive line was a bunch of savages, plain and simple. They were awesome, from our starters to our backups to guys that just played 2 or 3 snaps. They played relentless. I thought our defensive line was maybe the best it's been in a long time. And then offensively, I thought it was one of our best performances at the offensive line position. I mean, we're still playing ACC dudes here now. I mean, we're not playing just guys that are average. And yeah, without a doubt, it's not even close. It was one up. It's always one up front. Just the guys that are wearing the single digits, most of the time they get all the praise. But those guys up front were stallions. I loved it. I mean, I was so happy for. It was there's some clinic tapes on the defensive line that took place, and I thought our offensive line got it together and played well. I really do. I mean, anytime that you play the way that we played, it's up front. Just like I said, those guys in the single digits, they just get all the praise.
Questions for Coach?
Yeah, one more. I know we just come off talking about trenches, but what do you think of Finn's catch after watching him play?
Oh, it was impressive. Yeah, it was impressive. They came with a zero pressure, and Finn is the man beater on that play. We actually picked the blitz up, and then the guy that had the tailback, green dogs, that basically means when they block, they blitz, the guy blitzes that has the back. So he's the free hat, and he was the free hitter on Connor. Connor drifted away, and Finn didn't create the separation that you would like on the route, but he's so damn big. And Connor was able to put it up and give him a chance. And the second read was OJ, and OJ was tackled on the play. Like literally, it was a PI all the way, or defensive holding. And Connor gave him a shot, and Finn went up and made a play. But Finn made that play with his attitude and what he's been doing here. I'm just telling you, he is our poster child for what we want in terms of people in this program. He's never complained 1 ounce that he wasn't playing a lot. And we finally got a role for him, and not one time was he in my office complaining about playing time and all that other stuff. He just kept working and working and working and working, and we finally became smart to get him a role. And we got him a role, and he took advantage of it. But he exemplifies what we want in this program.
Would you say, selfishly, that that's the best catch you've ever seen as a coach?
I don't know. I've seen some good ones now. I've seen some freaky ones. Actually, the best one I've ever seen was in practice. It was on an interception. Tom Brady, in the Rose Bowl practice in 1997, we're getting ready for Washington. Charles Woodson's the nickel. Playing quarter, half, he turns the wrong way. Brady steps up and throws a sail route, which Charles is supposed to be covering. He falls down. He sprints. He dives. He catches the ball like this, catches himself on his hand, and scores. The whole place didn't say a word. Yeah, I've seen some freaky catches. So, no, not to downplay Finn's. That was a hell of a catch, but I've seen some stuff that you go, wow, that was ridiculous. Top 10, for sure. Top 10.